Hello and welcome. Today we will be looking at creating an Android mobile game in Unreal Engine 5.7. Myself Abhijit Neve. I am an Unreal authorized instructor and a senior 3D technical instructor. I have 15 plus years of teaching experience. I also have a professional industry experience of a year working as a CG generalist. In today's creating an Android mobile game in Unreal Engine 5.7 tutorial, we will be taking a look at understand how to make a mobile game in Unreal Engine 5.7. What are the requirements to create a playable game in Unreal Engine? Creating a customized level for game. Creating custom character blueprint with movements. Setting the object collection blueprint and its score update widgets. Creating a start menu and game win menu widgets with restart options. Setting up Unreal Engine for Android packaging and creating an APK. Creating a game packaging and testing in an Android device. By the end of this video tutorial, you will be able to create custom character blueprint with moments, object collection blueprint and its score update, start menu and game win menu widgets, and how to set up Unreal Engine for Android packaging. After that, how to successfully packaging a game for Android mobiles and testing it in Android devices. So let us start with our tutorial. So we will start with what is mobile game making. Okay. So mobile game making is basically the process of designing and developing games specifically for smartphones and tablet. It involves creating interactive gameplay, designing levels, and adding characters, sound, and user interface elements optimized for touch controls. So let us start with our video tutorial. So now let's take a look at what we will be learning today. I'm going to play from here and I'm going to click on the start button. So this is the video that we will be having in our mobile. Okay guys, so let us start with it. I'm going to fast forward the gameplay just to show you that what we will be learning or what we will be doing today. I have created a basic level structure here in Unreal 5.7, and now I'm gonna go to mixamo.com for the uploading of the monkey character that I have shortlisted to upload the monkey character on the Mixamo and to download the idle, walk, and jump animation from Mixamo website. Okay, so as you all can see, I have already uploaded the monkey character here on the mixamo.com, and now I'm gonna go to search for that walk animation over here. There are many options to choose from. As we will be looking to create a mobile game, I would like to have a decent walk animation, and to have that decent walking animation we might need to search for many of them. So if I click here on this particular animation, so as you all can see, it looks quite good, but the character is moving. So in order to avoid that motion of the character, we would like to set it in place, because our main motto is like whenever we'll place W for our game, the character should walk. Okay, so we would like to have this in place only. As you all can see, the character's arms are getting intersected with the character's body. So in order to set that, I'm gonna increase this character arm space over here, and let us give it a try. All right, so it looks good. For the intersections of this leg, we cannot do something as of now, because the character's body type is quite different, and the character that we are using, it has a different body type. So we have to adjust only this much of the part. But as we will be looking from the back of the character, we will be creating the game now. So this I will say this part of the legs will not that visible. They will be avoided for this particular instance. Okay, so just now I will use this character animation for now. So I'm going to go to download. In order to download this animation, we don't need any skin, so I'm going to go without skin, and I can use 30 fps as a normal standard playback speed. Okay, I'm going to download. and I'm gonna download animation for jump to, and then we will be straight going into Unreal. I will keep these animations downloading and importing process ready for you, because that will save time of ours in this particular video. Now I have imported the character that I have downloaded from Mixamo into Unreal Engine. I have created a separate folder, naming it as character imports, and here I have imported it as a skeletal mesh. And after doing that, I have downloaded the animations like idle, jumping, and standard walk from the Mixamo website, and then I have imported these animations into Unreal by creating a new folder in animation. Okay, as you all can see, it is here. And when importing the character animation into Unreal, we have to specify that we would like to import this for our Mixamo rig. Okay, so while importing the animation, we will define the skeletal mesh that we have created. The skeletal mesh will be this one, the monkey mesh that we have already created. So we can use this rig as a base for all our imported animation. All right. All right, so let us now go to here, I mean in the content folder, and I will save all first. Then I'm gonna create a new folder here to create all the blueprints required for our game making process. Okay. I'm gonna rename this folder as blueprints. And the first step to create a playable character is to create a new blueprint class. Here we will be choosing this option, the character blueprint. And to this character blueprint, I'm gonna name it as BP underscore monkey. I'm gonna specify the capital M, monkey underscore character. Okay, so this will be the blueprint which will help us to create our own custom playable character. So in order to do so, I would like to go inside this. Yeah, first thing first, I'm gonna save this. So let us drag and drop it here, and I'm gonna save it here. So this is the capsule. You all can see capsule has a arrow component here. If we can see that here. So this arrow component is basically the front direction of our character. So this specifies, or this tells the user, like for example me in this case, or maybe you in your case, it will tell you that this has to be the front character. Our character should face this side, so that whenever we will say play in our level, it will actually walk in this direction, or it will run in this direction. Now let's add our monkey character into this mesh component that we have. I'm going to go here in the mesh component, skeletal mesh, and I'm going to choose for our monkey Mixamo character that we have just downloaded from the Mixamo website. So this is the character. Now you all can see that the capsule that we have is quite big. Basically this capsule is something that will help us to create collision or detect collisions for our character. So whenever if you are facing these kinds of issue, what we will do is we will go and reduce the capsule height for now, and adjust the capsule and the character inside the capsule. So basically what will happen, I will show you in the viewport. If I go here, I need to say compile, because now I have added my character. And whenever we will play the character from maybe this is the start point, whenever we will play this character will have some collision with these objects. So what does this capsule does is it basically let us our character understand that this is the collision area where he will detect the ground planes and everything. Okay, now that we have completed adding the character mesh for our blueprint, we need to add one more component that is called as a spring arm. Okay, I'm going to search here for spring, and here it is a spring arm. Spring arm is basically a connector, or it is elastic kind of a connector which basically connects our character to a camera. Basically we all know that whenever we play the games like Subway Surfer or PUBG or any such games, the camera usually focuses from the back of the camera. So in order to achieve that effect in our playable character, we would also like to use this spring arm, which acts as a connector between the camera mesh and the character and the camera mesh. So what does this spring arm does is basically it connects our character mesh to our camera. So in order to control the character's movement and in order to see the camera, see the character's mesh from the camera, we also need to add a camera component here. So I'm gonna go and search for a camera. So this is my camera. I'm gonna select and click on it. So in this way, we have added a camera. So now what will happen is the camera component will be linked by this spring arm connector, and whenever I'll say play, I'm gonna see through this camera. Okay. So if I select the spring arm, there is this option called as target arm length, through which we can bring the camera close to our character mesh, and through this only we will adjust the camera's orientation to look from the slightly top view, slightly slighted view, to look the character from the a little bit of height and let it play in the game. So after setting all these values, I'm gonna go to the save option, compile and save. This will save our blueprint. Now in order to let our character play, whenever I play in this level, I need to set a player start in our level, and I also have to create one more blueprint. So let us take a look at that. Okay, so I'm gonna save all, and I'm gonna go to our level content drawer. Here in the blueprint folder itself, I'm gonna I'm gonna right click and go to blueprint class. Here, the next blueprint that we will be creating is a game mode blueprint. Basically, what this is going to do is it will tell the engine that this is our character blueprint that we will be using for playing the game. Okay, so I'm going to click here and name it as BP underscore game mode. So inside this game mode, I'm going to click, and here we get options. I'm going to choose our character blueprint from here, default pawn class. Here the blueprint is, I'm going to select it. So what does this will do is it will tell our game that this is the character that we would like to play when we will press the play button. Okay, now if I say play, the character is not visible because we have not yet specified the location for the character. So I'm gonna go and add a player start component here. Player start is something which will define from where the character will start to play, or character will appear in the game, where it will spawn in the game. Okay, so this is the player start that I have created, and now I'm going to go play. I have checked that the front side of our character is looking nice, but let us go and check into the viewport. So if I go here, yeah, as you all can see, the player start capsule is having this front arrow to this side, at this side towards the x direction, and what we would like to do is we would like to set that into this y-axis over here, negative y-axis. So in order to do that, I'm gonna rotate my capsule here by 90 degrees, and whenever I'll say so, my character will be starting from here now. So let us start and look at it. Okay, so as you all can see, I can see the my player start is getting started from here, but now my character is not showing them. So let us go and change the settings. Now we will go to the project settings. We will go to maps and modes. Here we have to define our BP game mode that we have just created, and here the starter map will be the level that we will be playing. So our player level name is level 01, and default game map is also level 01. So I'm gonna close this and I'm gonna play it again. So as you all can see, our monkey character is now getting appeared on the screen. Let us now create the input mapping for our character, so that the input mapping will tell us that this W key or this whatever key that we are pressing, it will control our character. So in order to do so, I'm going to go to input, and first things first we will do is input mapping context. This will be our IMC. We will call it as IMC for character. Now if I go inside this IMC, there are these options to map the keys that we would like to create. Let us now create an input action. I will rename this as IA underscore monkey movement. Inside it, I'm going to go inside it, and inside we will specify this axis 2D value, and I will save it. I'm going to go to everything, save all. Let us now go to IMC, and inside this mapping we will choose our IA character movement, IA monkey movement as the mapping for it. And inside this, now we will get options to specify the keys for our gameplay. On this keyboard icon, if I click and then press W, that will assign as the key. Okay, or else we can go inside this keyboard and then I will look for S, and my keyboard option will be shown just like this. So via this also I can select the keys. Okay, I'm gonna go here and press A, and for this I'm gonna press D. Now let's go to our character blueprint. Inside this character blueprint, we would like to specify whenever the event begin play will happen, or whenever we will play the button, something need to be happen. And what these things are, the character movement is what specifically we are looking for. So let us now go and create a custom event called, call it as input mapping. After this input mapping, we would like to create a get player controller, and then from this return value we will search for enhanced, sorry, we would like to go with this enhanced input local player subsystem. Okay, so what this will do is it basically has all the movement control selected, stored inside it for our characters and all. From here I will drag and search for mapping context, and the function is this add mapping context. I'm going to connect this over here, and here in this mapping context I'm going to choose our IMC that we have created, input mapping context for our character. Okay, once this is done, I can now go and tell my event begin play that whenever the play button will be pressed, use our custom event input mapping. Okay, let us call this as function, and this is how we are doing it. Okay, so this will be the event. So I'm going to select all and press C over here. I'm going to rename it as events, and I'm going to rename this as my mapping. Now let's go and create an input action. Okay, I'm going to go to right click and enhance. I will search for enhanced action events, which is the IA monkey movement. Here we will be using this action value option to set our characters plus x y, sorry, plus x and y movements. I'm going to right click here and split this structure pin so that we get two values. Here I'm going to promote it to a variable and promote this y value also to a variable, so it creates a variable for us, I mean these two variables for us. We will be using these variables now to set our characters mapping movement. Okay, so let us do it. This axis x will use our character to go for left and right, and this y value will tell our character to go forward and backward. From here I will add movement input for this particular node, and in order to set the value I'm gonna drag this get x, get action value x, and connect it to the skill value. Now when we would like to specify that the character's position is what, so in order to set the character's position I'm gonna get my actor, I mean the player, and I'm gonna choose player controller. From here we will be having two different things, like say for example rotation, for rotating our character to the left and right we would like to use the get actor right vector. So let us go for it. Get actor right vector, right vector, and to let our character go forward and backward I'm gonna choose get actor forward vector. Okay, so these two are those values which will tell us, which will tell our character to use the x value to go for left and right, and the y value to go for front and back. So let us now connect it to the world translate value, I mean world direction value, to our input movement, and I'm going to drag it here and connect it again here. In order to set the action value we will need one more add movement input component. So I'm going to paste it here, copy paste. I'm going to set it here, set this forward value here in the world direction, and in order to set the scale value to this I'm gonna go and drag drop this get value here, get y action value, I'm gonna connect it here. So in this way we have completed the character's rotation and forward vector movement. Let's select all and say press C and say movement, and let's compile and save, and let's check it into the label how it is performing. If I press W it goes to the right, if I press S it again goes to the right, if I press D key on the keyboard it again goes to right, and if I press A key it again goes to right. So why this is happening? This is happening because we have not yet mapped the keys in proper way, so we have to change some settings. Now let's go and do it. Let us now go inside the IMC. Here I will add a modifier for my W key. Let us go and say plus, and I'm going to search for swizzle input action. For this S I will add one more modifier and search for swizzle again. Along with this we would also like to add a negate for this one. Here is negate. For the A key we will only add one modifier, negate, and we will keep the D key as it is. Let us now save all into the level file, save all, and check for the character movement. Let us say play and check for it. So if I press W my character goes forward, if I press A my character goes to the back, if I press D my character goes to the right, and if I press A my character goes to the left. Okay, now the character movement is working fine, but we would like to set the animations for this now. Okay, because whenever I press W key I would like to my character show walk animation. So let's do it now. Let us now create the animation blueprint over here. So in order to create an animation blueprint I'm going to go here in the right click, sorry, in the content drawer, and then by right clicking I'm going to go to animation blueprint. Animation blueprint I will choose our monkey as a skeleton, and I'm going to select create. I'm going to name this as abt underscore character, or else I will add it in a monkey character. Okay, so as soon as I have created this animation blueprint, I will go inside it by double clicking, and here we will get something which is look like this. Basically it is an animation graph. So animation graph is basically gonna create help us into loading animations over here. So in order to load animations here, we would like to create a state machine first. So I'm gonna drag and search for a state machine. Okay, here we are, state machine. So state machine, for this particular state machine, I'm gonna name it as moment, moment, and if I double click on this one, I will get inside this. Okay, so basically getting inside is what? Getting inside is basically we will get our animations to playback or connect here. Okay, so if I go to my asset browser, I'm gonna look for this idle animation or jumping animations or anything. Okay, so if I drag my idle animation over here, we will get a node like this where we can connect this entry to this our animation node. Okay, so what this will do is it will basically load that particular idle animation into our character, as you can see here on the left hand side. If I disconnect this one, sorry, I will delete it and again I will show you. If I disconnect the entire animation, the monkey character is not having any motion. Okay, now if I add my idle animation over here, and if I connect by clicking this one and dragging and dropping, and after compiling, if you see, I see my character is having idle animation now. Okay, yeah, it is beautiful. So now if I compile and save everything, save all, save all, and if I go to my animation playback, I will see my character is not showing any animation. Okay, so how to do that? Let's have a look onto that. Okay, so now I will go to our character blueprint, and here into this mesh component, I'm gonna go to this animation option, animation mode, and here I will cross check for this use animation blueprint option. Okay, now where this animation will come from? It will come from the animation blueprint that we have just created. Okay, so we have to choose under animation class and choose for our animation blueprint that we have already assigned. Once if you have noticed, as soon as I have assigned the animation blueprint over here, our character turns 90 degrees. Okay, so I will fix this by selecting the mesh only and changing the direction to minus 90 degrees, and then by compiling and saving, if I go to level and check for it, the idle animation is now showing. Yeah, it's beautiful, good. But if you noticed, the animation stopped after a certain while. So now I will go into the animation blueprint, and inside this idle animation, double clicking and getting inside it, I will select this idle animation over here and set it to loop in order to have that viewport animation playing in loop size. Okay, so I'm gonna go compile and save all, and I'll say play. So my monkey animation is showing animation, and let us see whether it completes its loop or not. Yeah, it is completing the loop, and the animation is playing in loop now. Okay, so let us now go inside the animation uh, blueprint again, and here to go further I would like to go inside the event graph. Okay, to create the walk animation. In this event graph, I'm going to go to event blueprint update animation. From here I will search for cast to bp, our monkey character blueprint. Okay, and the object here will be get player controller. Oh, sorry, get player character I would like to search for. So sorry, get player character. From here I will get our characters velocity, get velocity. Yeah, it is here. And from here I will search for vector length. Now we will need a value setter. I mean, we have to promote this value to a variable, and we will call this as speed. And then I will connect this value from our monkey to set the value, and this is how we will get the character moving. Okay, let us say compile and check it into the level. Now the character is moving. Now it's time to get into the animation movement, and here we would like to connect the walk animation. Okay, I'm gonna name it as walk only, and I will connect this idle state to the walk state. Now it's a two-way connection. As soon as our animation will start to play from into the idle state, whenever we'll press W, the character will move from idle state to the walk state, and as soon as we stop pressing the W key, it will again go from walk state to the idle state. So it is gonna create a two-way connection. Okay, but if we would like to define some conditions over here in order to change the animation from idle to walk. In order to do so, I'm gonna get inside this first, from idle to walk, and inside this I'm gonna drag drop this speed variable, and I'm gonna get the value, get the variable like this into the get type, and I'm gonna set it to greater than. Okay, so if my value is if my speed that I have created into this event graph from the vector length, if it is greater than zero point 0.5, then my character will get into the animation from idle to walk. And if my animation is lesser than the actual speed of character, it will again go back from walk to idle. So again I'm gonna go to this another condition, drag drop the same variable here by getting the variable like this in the get mode. I'm gonna drag and check for less than. Okay, and I'm gonna put the value less than 0.5 again here, then again connect this to our result condition. Okay, once this is done, I'm gonna compile and save. Then I will go and check it in the playback. Okay, so now if I click here and press W, you see my character starts to walk. Okay, it is going forward also and it is coming backward also. But in order to set the animation speed, we would also like to do some more settings into this animation blueprint. Okay, the walk speed for our character is quite fast, so let us now reduce the animation time, the walk speed of the character, by going to the pp monkey character. Here I will select the character movement component, and I will search for walk speed. Excuse me. Yeah, here we can see the max walk speed is 600 centimeters per second. I can reduce it down to 300 or maybe to 200, and I'm gonna give it a check. Compile and save. Let us go and check the speed of walk. Yeah, it is a little bit sliding. Yeah, so I have to reduce it more. I'm gonna press escape or stop, and again I'm gonna go to my character component, search for walk speed, and then here I will reduce it to maybe 150. I will compile and save, and I will try playing it again. So if I press my W key, it's looking a bit more natural. Yeah, feels still it is a little bit sliding. I'm gonna set it to maybe 90. combine and save. I'm gonna play it again. The animation is not in loop, we will change that in a while, but now it looks like a natural walk. Okay, so let us stop, press escape and go it and set it to maybe 80, and then I'm going to go to animation blueprint. Here inside my animation blueprint, I'm going to set the animation walk. Inside this walk, select this and set it to loop animation. Again compile and save, and I'm going to give it a try again. Okay, so if I test it now, see, my character starts to walk and it looks like it is a natural walk. Let me go a little bit back, because we don't have any backward animation for the character right now. It don't show that backward animation to us. But if I press W, the character starts to walk, and the walk looks a little bit, yes, it is a little bit sliding. Let me check it again. Yeah, it is having a little bit of slide there. So I'm gonna go and change this to a little bit more slower kind of a value, say 60, and compile and save it and try it again. Yeah, now it looks a little bit more natural. Okay, so I'm gonna stop this one, way back. I will save all. Now that our character is walking, I would like to create one more input action to create jump animation. Okay, so in order to do so, I'm gonna go here in the content drawer and right click here and look for the input action. I'm gonna rename this as IA input action jump, and then I will go inside this IMC. Here under mapping, I'm gonna create one more mapping, and I'm gonna choose for jump, IA jump input action jump, and inside this I'm gonna hold my press bar whenever I'll click here. So I'm gonna click with mouse and press space bar to set it as my active key for this input action. Okay, now I will save this, and let us now go to our animation blueprint. Inside this one, I would like to have it from a walk to jump. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this jumping animation over here, and I will connect it from here and again from here. Okay, now I will compile, save this. You see, there is this error is coming because we have not yet provided any conditions for it. So now let's provide those. Okay, so now let's get into the event graph, and here from this VP monkey character, I'm going to drag and search for is falling node. So what this node is going to do is, it is basically tell the character or tell the engine that the character is in the air or not. Okay, so when the character is not touching the ground, it will start to execute this command that it is falling. So I'm going to promote this parameter to a variable, setting it as in air, and then I'm going to connect it here, and then I'm going to compile and save again. Now is the time to get inside the animation. So walk animation will go to jumping whenever the character is in the air. Okay, so I'm going to go inside this condition, and I'm going to drag this one from here and set it as a getter, connect it directly with this one. And for the reverse animation from jumping to the walk, we would like to set this character condition to the condition is, set it to the character is not in the air. So I'm going to get this getter and search for not boolean. There it is, and then I'm going to connect it to the result. I will now compile and save. The last step that is pending for this particular mode, this particular thing is, we will go to the blueprint character blueprint, and here in the event graph we search for enhanced, sorry, enhanced input action. Okay, sorry, enhanced action events, and we will call this IA jump. Okay, so now here there are two things, one is triggered and one is completed. So when the key will be pressed, the jump animation will be played. Is jump, let us search for jump directly. Sorry, it is not jump, it is jump. Okay, and here when completed is done, I'm gonna search for stop jumping. So this is my logic for jump. Compile, save. You'll see these bubbles when we'll zoom. Okay, compile and save again. Let us now check our animation. So I'm gonna press W first. My character is walking, and now I'm gonna press W. Okay. Now you see there is a bit of problem in the animation. The animation is not going that smooth. I'm gonna go to my PP character, and inside this character movement component, I will search for gravity. The gravity scale is 1. If I set it to 0.2, sorry, 0.2, let us now check the animation. You see, gravity is very low now. The animation is in the air for a very long time. I need to stop this by escaping. And I'm gonna go here and set the gravity to maybe 3. Let us give it a try and see what happens. I'm gonna play and check it again. Okay, so it is very fast now. I have to find a medium value for this. I'm gonna go to my BP character and set it around 1.5 maybe. Compile and save and check it again. So I'm gonna go with W and then jump. The animation is not looking that good, so let us set it now. So to change the speed of our character's jump animation, I will go to content drawer, and here in this content folder I will go for character animation, and here into the animation I will double click and load this jumping animation. Here we are having a issue of these earlier, I mean initial frames, where the character is getting jumped but it is not showing the animation in the playback. Let us see. If I press jump, animation is not getting loaded properly. Also I will change the gravity to default because that could be the issue. Let us have a look again, because we have changed it earlier, but if it is getting changed by changing the animation, let us try again doing that also. I'm gonna say play and I'm gonna jump. The animation is having some time issues. Yeah, I'm gonna go here and maybe we'll change the animation to something like this. Remove from 0 to 21. Okay, and let us give it a try. Save. Let's have a playback. This looks a decent one. This looks a little bit nice. Maybe if I can reduce it a little bit more, something from this pose, so it might look that it is standing. Right now the animation is not getting shown from the standing pose. It is, but there is a little bit problem. So let us try removing few more frames. It is quite high. And here, let us drag it here. Give it a try by playing. Pause. Yeah, 16. Then I'm going to play again. This may look like a good one. Let us give it a try. Okay, now that our character is walking and jumping, it's time now for us to create a banana blueprint where our character, when it will overlap the banana blueprint, the count of the banana will get counted. Also, we would add a widget in the future to show the exact count of bananas in the viewport. So let us start with it. I have already imported the banana mesh and the sound required for it. So let us get started with creating the banana blueprint. I'm gonna first go to the content drawer. I will right click here and I will go to blueprint class. Here I will create actor blueprint and I'm gonna rename this one as BP underscore banana. Inside this blueprint, I will add a mesh, static mesh component, name it as banana2 banana, or we can name it as SN banana, mesh banana. It is okay. So I would like to add that banana here now. As we have imported and named the mesh as banana only, I will search for banana. It is too big and it has a different rotation also. So let us add it in the viewport and check for it, that how, I mean, what size it is. I'm gonna go to my level and drag drop the banana. Oh my god, it is really very big. So I'm gonna go to my blueprint banana, and first things first, I'm gonna rotate it like this, maybe with some 50 degrees, and scale down this to 0.1. Save and give it a try. It is still big. I'm gonna go to 0.02. Save and check. Let's check with the character. I'm gonna say play from here. Let us check it. Let us check it with the character. So I'm gonna play from the start, and I'm gonna check with the size of our character. Now this looks okay to me. Okay, so let us go and frame on the banana mesh. It is not working. Okay, so I have to reduce the speed, and then I'm gonna focus here. So sorry. Yeah. Okay. So let us add a collision component for our character. I'm gonna go to this COLLI collision. I will add a simple sphere collision to this banana mesh, and also reduce the size of the collision component. Let's go to the side view, or maybe left view. And here we will change the size smaller, like this, something like this. Let's use that banana bit up. I mean, move that up above the grid. This also needs to be moved and aligned with the banana. Compile and save. Let's have a play. Okay. So the character is looking okay. Banana is above the grid. I'm gonna stop this and I'm gonna go to banana blueprint. Okay. Let us go back to the perspective view again. So now what we have to do is we have to create a custom blueprint where when the character overlaps the bananas, the count of the banana will get calculated, and then when the character is done overlapping the blueprint, the banana mesh will get destroyed automatically. Okay, so now let's go to BP monkey character blueprint. Here I will create a new function and I will call it as banana count. In this banana count, I will be creating a new variable called as total bananas. Total banana. Let's set its data type to integer, and let's get and let's set again. So these are the getters and setters. Via this, I will set my total banana count value. Whenever our character overlaps one banana, the banana value will get added by one count like this, and the new total count will be set here. Okay, so let's compile and save this, and let's go to our banana blueprint now. Here in the event graph, we will create one more thing where the character overlaps and counts the banana counts. Okay, so I will keep my banana as my reference, and by right clicking, I will create one event for the banana collision component begin overlap, and from here I will cast it to my first person, that is my banana. Sorry, and from here I will cast it to our BP monkey character. Cast to BP monkey character, and then I will call for banana count. Here we need to say other component must be connected to our object, and this BP character should get connected over here. Okay, so whenever the banana will get counted, I would like to use a sound. Okay, so that sound should be spawned at the location. So I'm gonna go and use a spawn 2D sound over here. Let us select the sound that we have already imported into our scene, and that is coin received. And then I'm gonna destroy the actor. Sorry, destroy the actor. Okay, so whenever now my character will overlap the banana, it will count, and exact number of count of the bananas will be counted. Let us compile and save it all and test into our level. Okay. If I play, I'm gonna go to the banana. You see our character gets over the banana and nothing is happening. Why it is not happening? Because we have not yet set the overlapping for the banana. I'm gonna go and say escape. I'm gonna go to banana mesh over here, and I will search for collision. Here I need to make this collision preset to overlap all, and then I will say compile and save again. Let's go and check it into the viewport. If now I go to the banana, you see banana count is now created. Okay, the audio is also spawned at the location, and the mesh is also destroyed. I'm going to press escape to get out of this. Now we will create a widget and cast that into the viewport, or get it into the viewport, so that our banana will get counted and our score will get updated. Okay, so in order to create a new widget, I will go to content drawer. I will right click here, and I will search for user interface. Here I will use this option, widget blueprint, and into this I will click on this one, user widget. Okay, I'm gonna name it as banana score underscore, and I will get into it. In order to create the widgets, we need to first go to add a canvas. We'll add a canvas panel into this update, blueprint, widget. Then I will go for text. Then I will go for text. This text I will select it and align it to the extreme left hand side top side corner. Then I will position it to somewhere here. Maybe like this. The text will get as score, and I will create another text where our score value will be shown. Okay, so I'm gonna put the value here. For now I will put it as 0, and I will again select this and align it with the extreme left hand side top corner. I would like to set it here, so I'm gonna copy the values from this score title or text and using it as a reference 50 and 50, and then I need to slide it a little bit into this x-axis. Okay, so this becomes my value that will get updated every single time our character overlaps a banana. Okay, so in order to update this score, I would like to create a new binding over here. So this value will get changed. So in order to do so, I'm gonna go here, click here, create a new binding, and here we will go and create a connection. Okay, so this get text will be our thing, that we will call as get score. We would like to cast it to the first person, our character that we are using. So I'm gonna go to cast to BP monkey character. I'm gonna connect it here. The object here will be get player character, and from here I will call our total bananas, get banana value. Then I will convert this to string or data. So I will search for to text, from integer to text, and then I'm going to connect it here like this. Okay, so there are several ways to get this widget into the viewport. One of them is using this open level blueprint, but whenever we will add the menu by clicking on the start button, we would like to add the we would like to start the game. So by pressing it, we would be starting the game, but we will be removing it also. So every widget might get removed by that time or at that time. So in order to not let that happen, I'm gonna go to the BP game mode, and here I will add the widget to my viewport. Okay, so in order to do so, I'm gonna go create widget and choose my widget over here. My widget name is banana score, and then I'm gonna add it to the viewport. Okay, here the owning player will be our get player controller. And now I will compile and save. Okay, we have to connect this, I'm sorry, and then I'm compile and save. So now if I play, my score widgets appears in the viewport, and if I go here, the score will also get updated. Okay, now the banana blueprint is ready, so I'm gonna scatter it all over our level, and then we will go and create the next part of the tutorial. Now I'm done with scattering all the blueprints in the level. Let us give it a try. Okay, now we can see that our character is moving and the bananas are getting counted. Also, we are getting the score updated here in the left hand side corner. But if you see, there are few missing components are there, and those are like a slider or maybe a elevator, right? So I'm gonna go and create a component or a blueprint of this wooden plank, so that it will let us go pass from here to the to this side of the level. So this time it will be a elevator. Going next into the level, we need, I have planned is a slider. We need a slider to get created here. So that slider will let our character pass through from this point to this point. I have created a little bit of point collection over this side of the game, but the main path of the character will be from this side to this side. Here we will create a horizontal slider, Then the character will move from this side to this side of the game, and here we will need a elevator plank, so that that plank will go up and down, and our character one will jump on it, and then it will go to the next level, next platform. Okay, then by going to this path, we will end our game here. As soon as our character will reach here, we will create a trigger box triggering that the game is over or you are the winner, and it will have a restart option. So let us go and do it, guys. There is this one thing we must look at is whenever I play, my character is not, I'm not able to rotate my character here and there. If you see, if I press the D button, it goes to the left right hand side. If I press the A button, it goes here. But by holding my mouse, I'm not able to look here and there. Okay, so in order to look here and there, I will be creating a new input action, look, and let us do it, guys. Let's press escape. Okay, so let's go to our content drawer. Right, I'm gonna right click here and I'm gonna go to input action, and I will rename it as IA underscore look. Okay, I'll get inside this, and I'm gonna set this value type to axis 2D. Save this. Now I will go to our IMC. Inside this IMC, I'm gonna go and create a new mapping for our IA look. One more thing I would like to add over here is that we are now only mapping the keyboard map. We are only now mapping the keyboards, so that our game is getting functional on the computer screen. Okay, but we are planning to set it on the mobile. So in order to set the mobile, in order to use it our game on the mobile, we would like to add some more controllers over here. So for this monkey movement, I would like to add the action mapping button, and here I will choose for the gamepad. Under this gamepad, I'm going to go to my left 2D axis, left thumbstick 2D axis. For this IA jump, I'm going to go and use one more mapping. Here I will choose gamepad. Here I will choose gamepad face button. It is gamepad face button. Sorry, याला टच करायचं होतं. Gamepad face button down, face button bottom, gamepad face. Here I will go and choose for gamepad face button bottom. I will also add one more mapping over here, and I will choose for mobile touch. Here I will go, sorry, I'm gonna go it and choose for touch and touch one, so that whenever our player touches the screen of the character, the character should jump. Under this IA now, I'm gonna go and add some mapping. For this two controllers, we have already set, like, let me show you. Here we already set two axes, so we have to go to IMC and choose for mouse X and mouse Y. Along with that, I'm gonna go and add one more mapping, and this time I will choose game right, gamepad, game right thumbstick 2D axis. Okay, game right thumbpad 2D axis X. Okay, I will choose gamepad thumb right thumbstick 2D axis. This one. Okay, so I'm gonna save all. Now let's go to our blueprint character. BP monkey character, and inside this we would like to create another enhanced input action, just like we have done for the jump. I would like to create it for to look. Okay, so I'm going to search for IA look, and I'm going to get this enhanced action event, expand it like that. Here also we would like to provide with the two values. So I'm going to go to action values, and I'm going to right click here, split the structure pane. From here, triggered, I'm going to search for add controller yaw first, and then I'll continue it with add controller pitch. Okay. Yaw will get connected by x-axis, and this y-axis will get connected to pitch. This will create the look here and there function for the character. Okay, so I'm going to press C. I'm going to name it as IA or just look. Okay, and by selecting it, I'm going to go and set it to show bubble when zoom, so that whenever I'll zoom, I can just go to the text and then zoom again. Okay, I'm going to compile and save, and let's check that our characters looks here and there or not. Okay, so by clicking, oh, yes, there you are. Okay, now my character can look and go here and there as soon as I move my mouse. Okay, all right, so I will now create the sliders, okay, that we have discussed earlier. Here I would like to add a up and down elevator type of a slider. So in order to do so, I have already created one copy of the wooden plank. For that, I need to go to world import, and I need to search for slider static mesh. Okay, here it is. I will be creating two copies of it. Duplicate. This is my slider 2. Okay, it is 1, and I'm gonna make one more copy of it, slider 2, like save all. Yes, I will use this and create a blueprint for the up and down movement of the elevator kind of a structure of that plank. Okay, so let us now go to our blueprints folder, content, and the blueprints folder. I'm going to create a new blueprint class over here, and actor blueprint, obviously. I will rename this as slider underscore ud underscore 01. Okay, so this slider underscore ud 1, let's get inside it. Again, I will use a static mesh over here. Static mesh will be slider ud, and I will choose the slider from this meshes. Okay, so let us go for slider 1, and here I will select this option, use selected asset from content browser, so our static mesh will get selected. Okay, compile and save. So let us add that blueprint over here. I'm going to go to my blueprint, slider blueprint, and let's add it here. Okay, I'm going to go to the top view, press F. I will first align it here, and I will go to our perspective view, pressing F, and locate the slider, and I need to use it here like that. So as you all can see, our up and down axis will be Z axis. Okay, I would like to move it like this one. So if my plank or my this wooden thing is here, you can see the normal position for Z axis is 175 now. So if it goes up like this, it is around 215, and if it is going down like this, it is going to suppose 145. Okay, so the default value was 175. It goes to 215 and goes to uh, 145, suppose. So we have to have those minimum and maximum values for this one now. So I'm gonna go to 175, and by using calculator I'm gonna count the exact value, how much it will go up and down. So from 175, sorry, it will go to 225, like to this value, not 225 actually, 215. So let me bring my calculator here. 215 minus 75. It, sorry, 215 minus 175. So the value is 40. So we will do what? We will set this blank animation from 0 to 40 and again to 0 to minus 40. Okay. So let's do it. I will first let it go on the 175 value. Now in order to animate this, we will be using a timeline. Okay. So let me go inside the blueprint, and here in the event graph I'm going to use the timeline node. Okay. Add timeline. I will get inside this by double clicking on it. So inside this timeline I'm gonna click here to track, add a vector track, and we already knew that our z-axis is gonna get animated, so I'm gonna lock the x and y axis. Only I'm gonna click here to the z-axis. Right clicking here will add a key to z, and here total length of animation will be 5 seconds. So by selecting this key I will go to time 0, and the value will also be 0. I'm going to add another key here. So we have total time for 5 seconds. So this time for this key will go to 2.5 seconds, and I need to zoom out a little bit. I'm going to drag it here like that and set it here. I'm going to add a third key over here. Time for that third key will be 5 seconds. Okay. So now just now we have decided that I would like to go plus 40 and minus 40. So let us go and do it. Okay. So this will start from, suppose, 0. High point it will go to 40, and this time it will come back to 0. So we'll give it a try. I'm gonna save this, compile and save. Now to go to the event graph and connect this to our plank. Okay. So the track that we have just now created will be shown here as new track. I would like to update this to our set relative location for the slider. Set relative location for the slider up and down. Okay. So this will be the target, our slider up and down mesh that we have added, and the new location will be this one. Okay. So let us now check by compile and saving this whether the plank is going up and down or not. I'm gonna play. You all can see the tank is going up and down. The only point is it is not going in loop. So let's go and do it. Okay. So I'm gonna press escape for now. So let's get into the slider inside this timeline, and here I will set this option to loop. Okay. Compile and save again. Let's go to the level, and I'm gonna go here. For now I will check whether the elevator is moving up and down from here. So I'm going to play from here, and as you all can see the slider is moving up and down. The only problem is it is not going that below that value. So what I will do is I'm going to escape and put this slider a little bit down over here. So we don't actually need to animate it to a negative value. So if I play from here now, it will start from there and it will go a little bit higher. Okay. So one change we will do is we will go to slider animation, and here we will update this value. Instead of 40, we will keep it to suppose say 60. And I'm gonna compile and save everything, and then I'm gonna check it again. So and yeah, it's going good, looking awesome. Okay, now let's go to uh, I will escape this and let's go and create a slider. So we will need that slider on this side of the game here. Okay, as I planned it here. I'm gonna go to my content drawer. In this world imports, I will search for sorry, here in the content drawer world imports, I will search for slider, and this time I will use this slider 1. Okay, so this will be a slider which will slide from here to there in the y-axis. So I'm gonna go and create another blueprint, naming it choosing actor and naming it as slider underscore f and b front back underscore 01. Inside this I will choose that slider mesh. So choose for slider 1, selected it here. I'm gonna go static mesh. By selecting it, if I'm gonna go and click here, I'm gonna choose that slider 1 mesh automatically. I'm gonna name it as slider underscore fb underscore 01, or I'm gonna keep it like slider fb only. Compile. Let's go to the event graph. On event begin play, again I would like to use the timeline. Okay, in this timeline, now I will double click, get inside it. Here I will again add a track vector. This time I will disable X and Z because we would like to animate in Y only. Animation length will be 5. I'm gonna right click here, add a key, put this key value to 0 and start Y value also to 0. I'm gonna add another value over here. This will go to 1.5. I'm gonna go here and right click, add key to Y again. This time it will go to 2.5 time. Again zooming out a little bit, and the third key, add key, 5 seconds. We will be looking for the values directly from the viewport, I mean from this viewport, because once we will add the slider, we have to define how much it will go, or else we can do this, we can create a slider from here to here, then we can create another slider from here to here, another instance of the blueprint. Okay, okay, so let me drag and drop our blueprint over here. I'm gonna go to my blueprints and first save it, compile and save all. I'm gonna go and slide this front back into the level. As we all know, its height was like somewhere 175, and the location will be this. Okay. So from this value in y, suppose the value is minus 293. From here, it will travel to suppose this distance 159. I'm gonna go and set it to 160 to be very precise, minus 160, and it was starting from minus 290. Okay, 293, sorry, 290 minus 290. I'm gonna go to calculator again, and 290 minus, it was 160, right? Yeah, I guess minus 160. I'm going to go to calculator and subtract 160 from it. So the value comes out to 130. So there is this 130 units of changes there. To make sure that our platforms are not overlapping, I'm going to put another instance of this here, minus 175, sorry, 170 plus 175, and I'm going to go to the top view, pressing F. I will look at it. I will adjust the location here. Okay, so this slider will start from here somewhere and it will again slide to this value over here. Okay, so the value for animation, we have got the value, and that is 130 in the calculator. Okay, so let's go, and inside this slider I'm gonna put the value to 130. I will save this. I will save everything, save all, and let's change our viewport to perspective again and check whether our blueprint works or not. So I'm gonna go and play from here. Sorry, I will play from this side somewhere to see that whether the animation is going or not. Okay, so the animation is not going on because there is a process which is incomplete. So let's escape and go. Okay. So we have to go inside this slider event graph, and here we have to provide that we will be using this slider. Okay, so I'm gonna go and set relative location, set relative look. Okay, set the relative location for slider FB. The new location will be this track that we have just created inside the timeline. I will compile and save, and let's check it in the viewport. I'm going to play from here. Now you can see the sliders are moving. Okay, we just have to go for loop animation and we have to set their respective positions. So I'm going to go escape. First things first, I'm going to go inside this timeline and set it to loop, compile, save, and in the label I would like to start this slider from here. The another one's position is okay, but this need to be started from here. Okay, so let's give it a check again. Play from here. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna check it from here. Play from here. So now you see the sliders are working, but the animation times are not different. Okay, so I would like to change the timings a little bit. Let's go and do it. I'm gonna press escape like that. So in order to change the animation, I'm gonna delete this blueprint and we'll go to the slider blueprint and duplicate it now. After duplicating, I will go inside this. In this animation, I will change the animation value to maybe 150. Not actually 150. We don't need to change the animation value. We will change the start position, and this time we will do it in -1. Okay, so let's go and say compile and save, and I'm gonna drag my slider to here, 175 F to look at this one. And this slider will start from here. Okay, so we have inverted the values. I kept it to -150, so it will start from here and it will go here, and this will go positive value, so it will go from this point to here. Okay, so I'm going to go to the top view, align these two properly. compile, I mean not compile and say I will save all, and let us go to perspective viewport and check. Not from here, so I need to check it from this side. Okay, I will start to play and check it from here. All right, so it is working nice now. Got it right? All right, so I'm gonna press escape, and the last thing that we would like to do for the elevators is create another instance of elevator and change the values a little bit. Okay, so again I will go to my content drawer, this UD, I will duplicate this and slider to only. I will save all, then I'm gonna drag it here only. Again I will go to value 175, go to top view, press F, put it here. The values need to be changed because there are height differences. Save all, and let's go to the perspective. This time I will play it from here, and let us check how much height we want. Okay, so first things first, it need to start from the a little bit down position. So I'm gonna escape and go and place it to this level somewhere. Okay, maybe this level. From the side view I will use this one, this level. Okay, adjacent to this one. And then I'm going to go to perspective and check whether the height is sufficient or not. I'm going to go play it from here. Let's give it a try. Oh, let's give it a try. Okay, there is an issue with the jump value. Okay, so let's check it from here only. I'm gonna go and play from here. Okay, so the height looks, I actually don't look okay. We need to increase it a little bit. I'm gonna go to my slider, this one, second one, UD, double clicked on it and got inside it. Here in the timeline I will change the value to, if it is a 60 value, I'm going to make it 80. Okay, compile and save. I'm going to play it from here. Okay, so the platform is going up enough so that I can, or our character can jump from here to the next level. Okay, now let's create another copy of this one to make that variation again. When the monkey will start here, it will go up and down, and it need to wait for the another slider. So I will align it here and go to the top view, aligning here and creating another copy of this blueprint. Right click, duplicate, bringing it here, bring this to this side and aligning this with this one. Okay, for this one, if we go and check, the timings or animation will be the same. I need to set the exact start position. Okay, if I do it like this, both of them should come to this level. Now if I go to my perspective view and if I check, go to top view again, there is a bit of alignment is pending from this side in the y-axis. Okay, I need to ignore this part because we are having these meshes over here. I cannot intersect those, so I'm gonna go here, perspective, and let's give it a try playing from here. Okay, now that they are animating like the same, exactly the same, we will do the same repetitions that we have done for the front and back slider. we will change the value in minus for the other one, and we will change also the start position. So first things first, we will give it a try by changing the start position, but I think it is not going to affect that much. So let us give it a try. Suppose if I start it from here, right, it will not affect our animation because it will go like this only. We would like to create that variation, so I'm gonna go and keep the position exactly same by undoing. But in this another instance that I have just created, I'm gonna go and change the value to minus minus 8. Compile and save. Excuse me, file save on. Now if I'll check, they both will have different values. One is going up and another is going down, right? So I need to just slightly change this start value for this object. So I'm gonna go and change it, maybe start from here. So this is the maximum height will go, and if I play from here, see, now it goes like that. Now if I play, I will jump on this one like this and jump on this one like that, sorry, like this, and I need to wait a little bit. There you are, I can go to the next layer. Okay, now the last part of the tutorial is pending, that is to create the start menu and the game winning menu, okay, where we will get the restart level option. Okay, so let's go for it. I'm gonna escape this. Okay, so let's go to the content drawer. Here I will create another user interface widget blueprint. My setting is to user widget. I'm gonna name it as start screen or start widget. Okay, so to go and work with this, I'm gonna double click and get inside this. Here again I will add a canvas panel, drag and drop it here. For this also I will choose my screen size to phone and Galaxy 24 maybe. Okay, we will need a background because if I play it directly, the level will be shown. Okay, so in order to cover our level, let me close all this because it is done now. So in order to cover our level, we would like to add a flash image kind of a thing, or maybe a image. So I'm gonna go add a image over here. So the image that we will be using will be anchored at the center. We will change the size, but first we will need that image. Okay, so I'm gonna go and take our blue like screenshot of this level only. So let me press G and F11, Windows Shift S to have a screenshot of the viewport, and there you are. I'm gonna crop it or grab it like this. Okay, I have grabbed it. Let me save it. I will open Paint app and I'm gonna paste it here. So the images need to be saved. I will save it on my hard disk and I will import it into Unreal Engine. Okay. Okay, so I have saved. Excuse me. Okay, so I have saved the images. Image, and import it into the images folder. I'm gonna save all. By selecting this image, I will go to the start widget and I'm gonna choose it here. By selecting the image, I will go to the appearance and here I will select our image. Okay, now we have to align it here just like that. Okay, we can be a little bit we can go a little bit big than what the actual size is, because whenever we will play there are chances that the resolution that we have kept will not match to some of the not match exactly with um, the screen. So in order to do so, we can say I would like to set this to the center of this one, and I might keep the sizes according to my resolution, but we can go and check. So now that we have aligned it to the canvas area, let us now add a button. I'm gonna go add a button over here into the canvas, and I will add a text here in the canvas panel. Okay. Later I will add this here, but for now I will use this button, put it to the center, reset the position so that it goes to the center. I need to align it on the center value somewhere by this position. Okay, something like this. Now go, maybe, sorry, position like this. Okay. Now in this button I will choose this one option, that is size to content, because I would like to add my text inside this button. Okay, it will take the size of the text, but before that let me go and set it to the center and put it into the button. And you can see, as soon as I dropped the text inside the button, it got the button got the size of the text. Okay, so let us change the text to start. Okay, and let me also change the start button size a little bit. So for that I'm going to go to this font and change this size to a little bit bigger, like that. I need to align my buttons position a little bit, the center again. Okay, I think it is enough. Okay, I'm going to compile and save everything. I'll save. Okay, now that we are done with this widget, I will compile and save. I'm gonna go and inside this blueprints folder I will duplicate this one as win widget, win underscore WIDG widget, because we will be using the same background image and same button kind of a stuff, uh, yeah, stuff to restart the game. Okay, so for this one I will go and change this to restart, then align the button a little bit, position of the button to the center like that. And here I will add one more text inside this canvas, setting the anchor point to the center and putting the text as U1. Let us reset the position to the center, go to font and change the size a little bit like that, align the position. Okay, cool. Compile and like save all. Okay, now let's add our start widget to the our level. Once we will play the start button, our start widget should show at the start of the level. Okay, so for that I'm gonna go to my level, open level blueprint. Here on the event begin play, I'm gonna create a widget, and in this I will choose my start widget and setting it to add to viewport, and connect these, compile and save. Let us go and check it out. Whenever I'll say play, now my start widget shows up, right? You see the button is there. Now our main thing is to click on this button so that the game will start. Okay, so let us go and press escape and work on that one. So so let's get inside our start widget, and after clicking on this start button, our game should start. Okay, so we have to go here and turn this is variable on. So we will get these options on click. So I will click here to create what I need to do after my button is being clicked. Okay, so I will rename my button again, going back here, rename my button as start, click name start underscore button, and then I'm going to go to this one again, start button. What this will do is it will open the level for us. So I'm going to open level by name. Okay, so my level name is level underscore 01. I need to type that exact name over here, or I can copy that from here, F2, copy and put it here. Okay, so this will work now. Compile and save, and let us play to test it. So as soon as I will play, my this widget shows up, and whenever I say start, my game starts, but this widget is not getting removed. Okay, so let us do the same again. I'm gonna go right click, sorry, press escape and go to this start widget again. Here I will add one more node, like this name is remove from parent. Okay, so what this will do is it will remove the widget from the viewport. Okay, so let's give it a try, compile and save. So let us play. Okay, see, it is not getting removed. Okay, why? Because we need some action to go with it. Okay, so let us go to our designer. Here, by selecting the start button, I will go to this option on pressed, and I will connect this with our this widget. So whenever I will start, I will click on the button, my label will get open, and after I press the button, it will be removed from the viewport. Okay, so let us compile and save and test it. I'm gonna go here. Once I click, it will start, and when the button was pressed, it got removed automatically. Okay, and now I am able to play my level. Okay, let us go and set up the win widget now. I'm gonna escape and save everything. So let us go here to this side. Now whenever our character reaches here, as soon as it goes here, after collecting this banana, it tries to go from this side. So as soon as our character reaches here, I would like to create a trigger volume box, so that the character overlaps it and our widgets start to show on the screen. Okay, so this is the thing that I would like to do. So first things first, I'm gonna go here and add a trigger box over here. Okay, bring it up, press G, resize it a little, or place it at the proper position, press F. From the excuse me, left view. Okay, let us go to perspective. Okay, so now whenever my character will come collect this banana and crosses this trigger box, my next widget should show up. Okay, so in order to do so, I'm gonna select my trigger box, and then I will go to my level blueprint again. Here, by referencing to that trigger box, to reference that trigger box, I will create a new event. Okay, so in order to do so, I'm gonna hold right click and search for collision actor begin overlap. As we have selected the trigger box, it is showing here. Trigger box can be named also. So I'm going to go to my level and I will rename it as edit and rename as win trigger. Okay, so let me go to my level blueprint again. Now it will get updated. Delete this and we'll do it again. Win trigger we have selected already, and right click, and there you are, win trigger. Okay, so we will call a collision event for actor begin overlap for win trigger. Okay, as soon as our character overlaps this, we have to create one more widget, and that widget will be win widget, and it will get added to the viewport. Add to viewport. Okay, let us connect these two and compile and save. So let's check it out. I'm gonna go to my level, play from here. Okay, let us do it, play from here, and let us collect the banana and cross the trigger box. Okay, you see, once I cross the trigger box, I get this pop-up. Let me press escape to show you. You win, and we are getting a restart button. Okay, got it right? We have to go and set that restart button. Okay, so once I click on this restart button, I will again create a new event for this variable. On clicked, let me rename that button. Okay, let me go to designer, right click, and rename this as start button. Okay, as soon as I go and sorry, let me go to widget, to the graph. As soon as I will click on this one, it should open the level again. Open level by name will be the one that I'll be using. So again, we know it already. We have also copied the name. I'm just gonna click here and name it like that. So open level will be working as soon as we will click on the start button. So we need to go and check this now. I'm gonna go to my level. I will start to play from here. Start button I need to click, and I will move my monkey here. And to use cursor, I will press Shift F1, and there you are. Restart button is available now. If I click on this one again, I will get this start button. And as soon as I start, I go to the player start location where our game should start. Okay, so this clears the start and win widget. Okay, let us say press escape, file, save all. All right, so we have completed the creation of the playable character, creation of the banana collection blueprint. We have also created the sliders, and which go in front and back direction. We have also created the elevator platforms. Then we have created the start widget, win widget, restart buttons, start buttons. Now we have to package this game for the mobile phone. Okay, and in order to do so, we have to set up our Android device, set up SDK, NDK and JDK for our Android mobile as well as our Unreal game engine. Okay, so let us start doing that, guys. Go to Chrome browser, and here we will go for the epicgames.com. We'll copy this link for now. We will go to the Unreal Engine website, and here under the documentation, by setting version 5.7, I will search for SDK. Okay, so we will get many links. Among those links is this setting up Android SDK and JDK for our Unreal Engine. Okay, so here are the guidelines that you can definitely go through, but I will also tell you few things that are really important to look at. Okay, so the first thing first, that we are using current version of Unreal Engine is 5.7. So according to that, we have to set up our Android Studio version. Now what is Android Studio? Android Studio is basically a third-party plugin from Android mobile game development perspective, and it lets us include the SDK and NDK inside this. So it is basically a software which will provide all the requirement. It will provide all the required um, building tool building or package building things for our Unreal Engine. Okay, so here you can see recommended SDK for Android. This version 5.7 is 35 SDK 35. Minimum for compilation is SDK 34, and NDK version is R27C. Build tools is 35.0.1, and JDK Java runtime is OpenJDK 21.0.3. Okay, so we will go to the advanced Android Studio setup first. Right click and open it into the new tab, or you can directly go to Google and search for Android Studio. Okay, once you go to this website, we will go for the downloads, but here we will get a option to check for the older versions, because the older versions, because if we go to this website, we have been given to download the koala version 2024.1.2 patch 1 September. Okay, I'm gonna go to the website and I will search for the latest one, but here also we will get this option, download archives. I'm gonna go here, and here we will get the entire list. First things first, we have to go and accept these terms and conditions over here. I agree with the terms, and then we will get this list. From this list we have to search for our koala 2024.1.2. Okay, so we will go and search for that. We have found koala feature drop, koala 202 August. We have been given the September, so August and then September, so it is somewhere here up only. Koala, okay, I guess this is it. We have to cross check that once. 1st September 17 2024. So this is the one, Android koala feature of, yeah, this is the one. Okay, so you need to click here and then you will get this link to download it. I have already downloaded and installed the Android Studio version koala 2024.1.2. So I will launch that for us. Okay, so once you are done and install with the, or get installed with the Android Studio, you have to go to these more actions, and here in the SDK manager we will see all the required things that we would like to go with, and all those are given here. So if I put them side by side like that, you know then we can see that I have actually set up everything, because I have earlier tried and tested mobile games twice or thrice, I mean several times, so it is set up for me. But you need to go and follow this setting like SDK 35. So if I go to SDK platform, it is by default there. Okay, we have to go and check like that. It is Android 15.0, Android SDK platform 35. Then under this we will go and check everything. So for our lowest compatibility, it has been given that 34 is okay. So we will go and check under this 14 point something, 14.0, and you can see it is also checked. Now whatever we check here will get installed once we say apply. Okay, now to set the NDK, we have to go to SDK tools. Here we will set here we will see the Android SDK also and the NDK also. Okay, so for SDK again, it is given that you have to choose the 35 version. So it is 36, the higher one. I have installed it earlier, and 35.0.1 or 35. You can go with this one also. This worked best for me. The next setting is to go with the NDK. So NDK it says R27C. So I have chosen and tried tested 27.2.1.2 47901. It works best for me. After that, we have to choose this Android SDK command line tools. Again, it has to be the latest one, as you will see here. It is given here somewhere. Let me see. There you are. It is Android SDK command line tools latest. Okay. If you are not able to see it, I'm gonna zoom it for you. Android SDK command line tool, the latest one. Okay. So I have also done it. Then we have this CMake. Many of them, the guidelines and all, they also show that CMake needs to be installed. So I have tested it on 3.22.1, so you can also do the same. And there are these few things that get installed by default. These Android emulator things, Android SDK platform tools version, this one is already installed into this. Okay, so once you say okay, you will see that you are going to get installed few settings, and they will be in some GBs and all. So once you say apply and okay, they start to install automatically. Okay, then setting up the Java, we will go with the Java version this one, and directly in the Google we'll search for it. I'm going to type here and search for it. Okay. I'm going to go to this again, Oracle Java AC version something something. So we have to make sure that we are only installing this 21.0.3 version. Okay, so again, if it is not available, by default there is this latest version is available. So 21.0.3 is not available. So in order to look for that, we have to go again to this Oracle Java archive pages. So here we will find the versions that we want. Okay, no thanks, I will stay here. Or we can visit the India version also, because I am from India. So we will go and search under this Java 21. Okay, here in this list we have 21.0.3. So we'll scroll down a little bit, and after this 4 we will get this 21.0.3. Okay, so we will install the installer from this one, Windows x64 installer. So once you will click on this, your download will start. We have to complete that also, we have to complete that setup also. Once Java is get installed, we need to again go back to this one, our setup guide for Android SDK, DK and JDK for Unreal. We will be doing one more thing. I will also recommend you all to go to this advanced Android Studio setup. Okay, I'm gonna right click and open it here. So under this, we will be given exact step by step setup to go with installing the Android Studio, like what we have done, I have shown you earlier. Then setting up the studio for the first time, this thing also I have shown you how to go inside this. And for the first time, whenever you are doing it, you will be prompted with all these options. You have to choose, select every default option and just go with the flow. Then there is this one more thing that we would like to do is, whenever you are done with installation of Android Studio and JDK Java, we have to restart our computer. After restarting our computer, we have to make sure that all the paths are set to this. Okay, now from where to set all these paths? So we have to go to our system properties. Here it is given. We have to go to our system properties and search for environment variable button. Okay, I will show you from where to. Okay, so just search for press the Windows button on your keyboard and just search for environment. I'm searching it in my other screen, and here it is, environment properties. So we have to go to these environment properties and environment variables. Okay, so here it is, environment variables. Here we will follow the exact paths. Okay, please make sure that you follow the exact path that has been given. Okay, We have to set our Java to this JBR folder. We have to set this to our this folder, NDK root to this folder, and the version that what is specified. And like to do so, I'm gonna go here, Android home, I'm gonna edit, and this is how we will set the path. Okay, for NDK root or Java home or NDK root. Okay, we have to set all this path. Okay, once you are done with this, say okay and say apply, and then again say okay. We can also run the setting up Android script automatically from our Unreal Engine folder. So actually I have also tried this one, the batch file that has been given. So we have to go to our engine.extras.android folder. I will show you where this is. So I have browsed to my that folder. That folder is quite easy to locate. We have to go to our PC, C drive. In the program files, we will get our Epic Games folder. Inside that, we have to go to Unreal Engine 5.7, and there you will find this address that has been given, engine/extras/android. Okay, so I am there inside that folder, engine/extras/android. Okay, so here I will find this Android bat file. There you are. This is the set of Android bat file. Okay, so you have to run this. By running this, you will be prompted to go with the Android SDK license agreement. Type yes to press enter. I have done this already, guys, because it is done with me. I cannot show you the exact step-by-step process, but after doing the installation, you have to again restart your computer. Okay, once this is done, we'll again go back to our Unreal Engine. No need of this one now, right now, so I'm going to close it. We'll again go here, and we will go to our project settings. Inside this project settings, I will maximize this. We will go for the Android setup by going to platforms and Android. Okay, in this Android we need to set the configure now button. Once it is done, I'm gonna go to the bottom. Again here we have to set the configure button. Once this is done, we can see that our Android is being now configured. Then we have to go to our Android SDK option. All the environment variable option that we have set up are also set up from here. So that is one way, or you can directly set up from this another way. You just have to click here and browse for the option and set it like that. Okay, okay, so once all this is checked up, we will close the project settings, and then we will go to, for Unreal 5.7, the build option, the packaging options are shifted to this platform option. Here we will get this option to package. Okay, inside this you have to go to Android, and you have to check that ASTC is given. And when you go to the SDK management, you have to check for Android. All these options should show installed. Okay, like allowed SDK version R27.c, allowed SDK version 27. This need to be shown installed. Okay, if it is shown force reinstall, you can just give it a try, force reinstall, and then it is all okay to go. Okay, okay, once that is done, we will again go to our edit project settings. Then this is the last set of options that we have to cross check with our project settings. So the first in that is we will go to maps and modes, and inside this we will check for the default game mode, the game mode that we have created earlier at the start of tutorial. Then we will cross check for our editor startup map, that has to be our level, and the game default map has to be our level again. Then we will go for the supported platform. Here we have to uncheck this all platform, and we have to only set our Android version for now, only Android. Then we will go to target hardware. Remember the project start options, when we get this mobile option from desktop or mobile, wherever you like to go, we have to choose mobile, and the quality also has set to selectable. Okay, either we can do it from there or we can do it from here also, so this need to be checked. Then we will directly go to rendering options over here, editor, and sorry, uh, rendering options are here. There, inside this rendering options, we have to set our mobile shading to preferred shading. Then we have to go for anti-aliasing method, and we will choose from this drop down to FXAA. After that, we will go to lumen, global illumination and reflection. This need to be disabled, or we can set it to screen space beta. This we need to set it to none. Okay. Then we have to go to the shadow map method. We will set virtual shadow maps to shadow maps, because this is the lower quality which is supported for the Android. Now we will go to the Android into the platform options, Android options. Here we will go for the top options. We have already configured these two options over here, which were red. They should show green like this. Now we have to set our Android package name. Make sure that your company name has to be replaced with any name that you would like to, and it has to be in small caps only. Say for example, I'm gonna rename it as ABHI Abhi, and my project name has to be changed to say monkey game. Okay, this needs to be done. And there is this one more option. We will say package game data inside APK. We'll say yes, I would like to go for it. Okay, so all these are the settings that we would like to cross check with our game development for Android. And now we will go and package the product inside this one. Okay guys, so let's close all these windows now. We don't need them anymore. There's this one more setting that we can do, is we can always go to these options over here, performance and scalability. Inside this we will go for preview platform. From this disabled preview we can change it to Android and generic Android OpenGL. Okay, so this will change our entire viewport to what we look, we will be looking inside the mobile game. Okay, so once done, we will now go to platforms and package project, and we'll click on package project. Okay, once the package project option is given, we need to save the package to some location. I'm going to create a new folder here, and I'm going to call it as APK. Inside this APK, I will go and I will select this folder. Once we will click OK, our packaging starts. You can always go to show this output log. Here will be shown with the entire setup of entire log of whatever is going in the back. This will take around 10 to 15 minutes on machine configuration. That basically depends on your machine configuration. So let us wait for it. I'm going to fast forward this process to show you the last result. Okay, as you all can see, our packaging is completed now. So I will say close this log or get rid of it right now. We will browse for our location. Just give me a minute. Here we are. We have browsed for our location, and inside this APK folder now, under this folder, we have our APK file. Okay, so we will be using the APK file, and I will be copying it into the mobile device, and then I will show you the screen recording of the mobile device playing the game. This will enable the developer options for our mobile. You can see developer mode bin has been enabled, is now shown on the keyboard, sorry, on the mobile. So we see the developer options here. Okay, now I will copy paste the Android APK inside our mobile, and then I'll show you the next process. Now under this developer options, we have to go for the option called as enable USB debugging. I'm gonna click here and say OK. So the next step will be copy pasting our APK files into our mobile, and then installing and running the and testing the project on the mobile. Okay. Now I will copy paste our APK into the phone. I'm gonna go and put it outside only. Once this is done, we will see the screen recording from our mobile. I am now running the setup, installing it on the mobile underscore game underscore dev. It is done. I'm going to open it. Now you can see it is made with Unreal Engine. There you are. You can see the window, but you can see that our mobile's resolution is not matching because the device is S24 and I have set up it for S24. Sorry, this device is S25 and I have set the screen resolution for device S24. So we will make these changes later. Now I'm gonna click on my start button. So you see our game is been started. Now I will play the game. You see, if I'm tapping on the screen, it is the monkey is jumping. If I'm moving ahead, my monkey is connecting the bananas, and in the upper left hand side you can see the coins are getting collected. I will jump and go again. You know, I'm gonna rotate my monkey's character direction from here, from the joystick options, and you see everything is working smooth. The character is also jumping and going forward. I'm gonna rotate it here like that. I'm gonna go here. As you all can see, our game is working. Okay. Now as soon as I will reach the end point, I will see the button is showing me that the game is won, and if I click on the restart button now, my level again shows that option to start, and if I press it, my game again starts. Alright. So in today's tutorial guys, we have seen how we have created a custom character blueprint with its movement. We also have seen how to create and collect a custom coin collection or banana collection or that any kind of fruit collection blueprint, and how to update its score on the viewport itself. We also had a look on start menu and game win menu widgets. Basically, we have used widgets for the process. The main concept or main output of this video tutorial is to focus on how to set up Unreal Engine for Android packaging. So we have also seen that, and we have successfully tested packaging of a game and tested it in an Android device. Thank you.